If you clicked on this video, you're probably an artist, in which case, congratulations! You're part of a community who spends years and hours honing your skills, making artwork after artwork just to send it into the Instagram void, waiting for those hearts to flood in like rain, only to be met with silence. So buckle in and get ready with someone who has a lot of expertise on the Instagrammy. Okay, well, maybe I don't really have the biggest following on Instagram, but I have seen success on other platforms such as TikTok, and I know what you're thinking. Dancing isn't my forte. I make art, but I want to share with you some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way in order not to lose your sanity while posting on social media. I know you're trying to become that art influencer, and I want to make sure that you get there with your sanity. I've interviewed a lot of people that I've met through social media on my podcast, Digital Pen Pals, and I've spent a lot of time learning about how you share artwork on social media and what works and what doesn't, and how to turn your art into a career. And I want to share what I've learned. And to be completely upfront, these are things that aren't super specific to Instagram, but more valuable are to apply these things into any social media platform where you post your art. I've fallen down the hole of trying to find as many tips and tricks to growing on Instagram or any other platform, but every time it just felt like I'd never win, and even the thought of buying followers seemed tempting. But you need to keep focused first on the overall composition and idea of your artwork. So first things first, you need to understand why you make art and what other extra interests or skills you might have that can set you apart from other artists online. For me, I found that I love making things in general, not just art. Art is a form that best showcases my imagination, making whatever I can imagine real. Sharing my work with others is a form of release that helps me feel like I'm accomplishing something. And I stand out a bit more because I love videography, I love making videos like what you're watching right now. And making videos is another form of art. Making this interest of mine work for my benefit by showcasing my artwork and knowledge through video is the way that I've been doing things for a while. So the next thing to figure out is, why are you using Instagram or social media? Is it to build a portfolio of your work to get commissions for a job, or just to flex your skills among your peers to feel better about yourself? Or is it just for fun? From what I've seen, there are 3 categories of artists to choose from if you're not to fall through the cracks of social media but rise to the top. Number 1, art tutorialist. Number 2, art entertainer. And number 3, an artist that's just really good. Let's take a look at these a bit closer. An art tutorialist is someone who shares their knowledge about art through tutorials via video or images. This is how I started to explode on TikTok. I made short videos, typically 15 to 30 seconds, with lots of camera movement to catch attention at the beginning, and presented the information in a concise and visually interesting way. It's shareable, helpful, and that's why people follow you. If you don't give people something, they don't press that follow button. You have to evaluate what you have that might be valuable for others and share it. So sadly, my days of virality were pretty much over. At least that's what I thought earlier this year. I thought all was lost, and all my art colleagues on TikTok who made art tutorials as well shared the same conclusion, that art tutorials were just not working anymore and not getting the views they used to. So I took a break, which is another tip. Take breaks. Trust me, I promise you it will help you in the long run. I started making memes. Yes, I became a meme lord of sorts. I jumped on trending audios I found on the For You page on TikTok, made even shorter videos about dealing with art block, finding your art style, and many other relatable topics that my audience also experienced, and it freaking worked. I had even more success than before, but just like everything else, nothing lasts forever. Being an entertainer is another way you provide value. Being relatable with others and showing you deal with similar trials is amazing. You can draw cringy things, draw memes, or even make relatable comics like Shen Comics, or even combine tutorials and entertainment like Ethan Becker on YouTube. This last one is kind of a general wild card to me. An artist who is really good, I know it sounds like a really vague description, but it's someone who either got lucky and somehow just got discovered through a viral piece of artwork or video. Better yet, you may be just that good of an artist that the quality of your own artwork just speaks for itself. If you are skilled enough and it shows in your work, then people will notice it. Sometimes it could be your personality or fun and whimsical ideas that people fall in love with, like gel arts. And even she combines that with some tutorials and tricks in making art and creating your own art shop. So really, there are so many different combinations you can try, and at the heart of it all is really giving people a reason to follow you, because before they love your art, they will need to have received help from you, either from a tutorial or given a laugh through something you made. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, why am I posting on social media? Look at the bigger picture. Do I want to use social media as a way of building an audience, or later becoming some sort of YouTuber or art guru? Or do I want to use it as a way to get discovered and get job opportunities? Or even all of the above? For me, I've dreamt of becoming a full-time YouTuber and an artist. And simply being able to create every day and share that with other people and see that they also enjoy watching the process makes me so happy. And really, that's what we should be striving for, right? Art is an outlet for our minds and feelings, and it's meant to be shared. Social media platforms are the perfect vessel to share it with hundreds or even millions of people. The hard part, though, is getting there. How? Well, I can't really give you a straight cure-all answer. Everyone is different. You're different. What might work for others might not work for you. Heck, it might not even be who you want to be. I became a meme lord, a tutorial person, and it felt like parts of my personality, but not exactly who I am as a whole, if that makes sense. Everyone's different, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But in the end, who we are is very complex and kind of confusing at times. There are so many interests I have that it's hard to fit all of it into a single artwork or video. The same goes for you, I'm sure. The biggest piece of information that I can possibly give you is to not give up. Even if you've made 100 drawings or 1,000 videos and still nothing has worked, if it's what you love and what you want to do, giving up is the worst thing you can do. You might be a single artwork or a video away from the great success that will open up 10 other doors of opportunity for you. And you just can't ever know when that will be. It could be tomorrow, next month, or 5 years from now. But what's important is that you keep honing your craft and keep at it, and one day it'll all make sense. Growing on social media as an artist is a bit confusing and hard. And there are going to be plenty of times when you feel like nothing's working. Like every idea you have just doesn't seem to work. I have failed so many times. I made my own Kickstarter and it failed to fund. And recently I even made a Patreon, and at the moment I have 0 patrons. Hey, future me here. We actually have 2 patrons, so this is a correction because it's taking me so long to make this video. But yeah, it works. It works out in time. Just keep waiting. So it feels like a complete failure, right? But that's the thing. You never lose anything. Every failed project you try is just a way to gain experience and research. Then you pick yourself back up and try again. Even if this video you're watching right now has only 30 views or hundreds of thousands, it won't matter because I'll keep making videos. The true secret is being able to work through your heartache and failures and let yourself learn from your mistakes. You never lose if you never quit. You just have to hit that button and be happy that you made something unique. Without you, it would have never existed in the first place. That's the reality. As artists, we create because it's who we are. Not how many followers we have, but I know one day it'll all work out for each of us as long as we're open to experimenting and learning as we go. I believe in you, even if your friends and family don't. So please, don't quit. If you made it this far through the video, thank you. It really means a lot when people watch my videos all the way through. I work really hard on these things, and if you haven't already, please check out the description down below, and please consider following the Digital Pen Pals podcast and possibly joining my Patreon. I would love the support, and I really do appreciate all the love you guys have given me here on social media. It's been awesome, and it's one of the reasons I create, is because sharing stuff with other people makes me happy, and that's kind of the whole point, isn't it? Consider subscribing and liking this video to help with the algorithm, because that's just how social media works. But I hope you guys never give up and keep posting on social media, even if it doesn't work out. One day it will. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.